1,000 people. To those watching, it might not sound like a lot, but to me, that number is shocking. The most people I've seen at once is probably about 500 during various school events, and this is double that. To those that have started watching recently, and to those that have been watching for a while, I want to thank you. I never expected to even get 100 subscribers, let alone 1,000. I want to appreciate everyone who has supported me so far, and those that continue to help me grow a channel for some dead game. And to those who don't want to support me, I'm sure there's something I can do to turn you over at one point or another. Seeing as people wanted a Q&A, here it is. These are all questions from the last couple videos and the community post I made, along with a couple from my Discord. There's some weirder questions and some more serious ones, but I hope that you enjoy them. Do I like using jokers? I would say that jokers are great on just about every build, but if I really have to, I will skip them. Jokers do quite a bit. They can take a lot of pressure off your team, they can take a lot of pressure off of you, they give you a speed boost, they give you health. There's really no reason not to take them, unless you're really short on points. So yes, I do like jokers. How many carrots do I eat a day? By themselves, I don't really like carrots, but if they're like inside a soup or something, then I'll eat them. So I would say maybe 1 to 2 a day, honestly. It's not really that much. Do I see myself branching out to more games or focusing solely on Payday? Eventually, people will get tired of watching Payday, and I will get tired of playing it. When that happens, I have no idea, but I do have a lot of games that I enjoy playing, and I stream them on my Twitch channel. I alternate between Payday and some random game that I have. So if you are interested in more games, then my Twitch is where you can go for that. Am I an epic gamer? No, I prefer Steam. 1 million when? Well, if you look at this graph, not for a while. Am I a virgin? I have almost 3,000 hours in Payday 2. If that's not a panty dropper, I don't know what is. Dual Bronco or Dual Castigo? Castigo for style, Bronco for effect. What is my biggest bro moment on Payday 2? One time I joined a public game, and I carried these 3 rogues. I had no downs, and outkilled all of them combined. And then they started talking about their build. Unfortunately, I didn't record that much of it, but I do have a clip of it saved, and here is that. They have less ammo pickup. Wow, that was fast. So yeah, I would say that would be my biggest bro moment. If I pick up a carrot from a supermarket and ask it what the best tip is in improving, what will the carrot say? Well, not all carrots talk, so probably nothing. Tips for improving your aim. No idea. Do I love you? Yes. Most fun heist to play with friends? I would say every heist is fun as long as you're with friends. It doesn't really matter which heist you're doing. I find them all enjoyable. Well, except stealth, but you know. These questions are similar, so I put them together, and when it comes to the strongest build, I would say Stoic with ICTV, because nothing can really kill you, you have so much tankiness. It's probably the easiest build to play that is still good. Can we play together, and am I going to do more speedruns? You can always just add my Steam whenever I'm on, or have a public game going, you can just hop in. I never set any restrictions on my lobbies. And as for speedruns, it depends, I guess. I'm not really interested in solo speedruns, so the only speedruns I would do are with people, and coordinating that, especially when most of my friend group is European while I'm American, it's a bit tough, but I am fine with doing more speedruns. This one is mainly just asking about no DLC weapon choices. And when it comes to weapon choices, everything can work as long as you build for it correctly. But if you want the strongest of strong, I would say for assault rifles it's the Union and Tempest, for DMRs it's the Gallant, for shotguns it's the Predator and Moscone, for the LMGs and sniper rifles you only really have one choice in each, being the KSP-58 and the Platypus. For Kimbo pistols, you have the Strike 18C and Parabellums. For Kimbo SMGs, you have the Krinkovs and CR805Bs, which are pretty much identical anyway. For Kimbo shotguns, you have Goliaths, which are the strongest weapon in the entire game, and Grims, which are just worse Goliaths, so only use them with Berserker, but even then, I don't really know why you would want to use them. For special, you have the Microgun, which is surprisingly good and can act as an LMG. For secondaries, you have the Bernetti and Bronco, just for their sheer concealment. You can conceal just about anything you want to get a low blow on it. And for actual effect, I would say the 5.7, easily the best pistol in the entire game. For SMGs, I would say the Compact 5, just for its concealment. And then you have the Mark 10 Krinkov, and then the previously mentioned CR805B, and then the Kobus 90. For special, you have the Compact 40, which is an incredibly good grenade launcher. For shotguns, unfortunately, you don't really have much for no DLC options, but the Claire is good for concealment, and the Locomotive is good if you have Berserker. Tips for moving from Mayhem to Death Wish and Death Sentence? I would say once you get bored of those difficulties, then you can move up. It is a hard difficulty jump, but the only way that you're going to improve at it is to just play it. Do I have any tips for someone struggling with solo Death Sentence? It depends if you're playing with bots or without. If you're playing with bots, make sure to take things slowly, do objectives carefully. Bots are going to be there to help you out in every way, and they're going to be able to pick up where you slack. So just be careful, take things slow, it's not that hard. When it comes to without bots, oh boy. Take a build that can kill a lot of enemies, because you are going to be killing way more than you would normally. On top of that, you really have to pray for good luck, because a bad dozer in one place, an unlucky sniper in another, it's just going to end your run. When it comes to solo without bots, it's almost completely 100% luck on how a run goes, and there are just situations where there's nothing you can do to escape it, no matter what you do. What aspects do you think need the most improvement in this game? And on a similar topic, what do I hope to see in Payday 3? Well, obviously you have that whole balance thing that everyone complains about, except I look at it a little bit differently than other people do. Most people see Death Sentence as being too hard. I would say the other difficulties are too easy, because if you really look at it from a stat perspective, all of the lower difficulties are almost identical, and then you have the enormous jump onto Death Sentence. That really does need to be fixed a little bit. A lot of weapons need to be changed so that they can compete. Because, like, you have Goliaths, and then you have some, like, random pistol. Obviously, they're going to be different. That does need to be balanced out a little bit. When it comes to skills, you have skills like Inspire, which are incredibly strong. Converts, which are also incredibly strong. All of those need to be nerfed. But as for what I want to see in Payday 3, I'm not sure. I kind of want to let Overkill do their thing and then see how it turns out. I don't necessarily have anything I'm looking forward to other than a good game. What skills should all builds have? This is kind of a tough question because naturally I want to say Bullseye, but then you have perk decks like Stoic, Sociopath, and Anarchist which don't need Bullseye. And you might think it's a little bit crazy to say that Sociopath and Anarchist don't need Bullseye, but they don't really need it. They have other ways to armor gate. I would also say Converts, but Converts are not required for every build, because sometimes they can even mess you up. Like if you're getting Berserker, for example, they can screw that up a little bit. I would say 9 lives, but if you never go down, then you never need 9 lives. I would say Inspire, but if your team is not terrible, then you don't need Inspire. It's kind of a hard question, but If there is one skill that I would say there's no reason for every build not to have, I would say basic duck and cover. It's 1 point, and it's just free movement speed and stamina. I don't know why you wouldn't take it, unless you're just camping, which, again, it's not required, but it's just a very good skill. Why should we listen to you and other pretenders when your stats are so low compared to the God King? Well, you don't really need to listen to anyone. Do whatever you want. But I would say that I am half decent at the game, and as long as I can help someone, then it's fine. If I say something that you don't agree with, that's fine. If I say something that you do agree with, that's great. What's most important is finding what works for you. Favorite heister and why, and specific feature that I would like to see in Payday 3. Well, I already mentioned the Payday 3 question, but when it comes to my favorite character, I like characters with fun personalities, which is why Bodhi is my favorite character. He just has this easygoing attitude about everything, his voice lines are great, he always sounds like he's having fun, and that's really what matters to me, because when I pick a character, I want it to sort of embody who I am in a game. So Bodhi never really cares what's happening, he's just having fun, and that's what I'm all about. Which is also why Ethan is my second favorite character. Everyone hates Ethan because, oh look, silly voice lines, he doesn't fit in the game. But realistically, his voice lines are hilarious. He's just having fun. He's there not because he needs money or anything, he doesn't want to kill people. He's just there for some fun, that's all he wants. So here is a set of questions. Let's start from the first one. What makes the difference between a pro player and a normal player? I would say a pro player is one that earns money while playing a game. But if you're talking about in terms of, like, skill-wise, I would say a pro player is one that is very adaptable, someone who can, do anything. Give them any perk deck, give them any weapon, and they can just make it work without any problems. When it comes to my most played game, and any other games I play, yes, Payday is my highest played game, to date at least, and for other games that I play, I do play quite a lot of stuff. I enjoy a lot of different genres of games. I'll play anything, really. Multiplayer stuff, single-player stuff. I'll take it all, I guess. For Update 200 ideas, like I said, the balance changes would be nice. And along with that, I kind of want to see turrets that chase players, because as it is right now, the static turrets in the game don't really do anything. They're not much of a threat. And how to convince people that Sokol is the best character? Well, I don't know how to convince other people, but I like Sokol. He's fun, got a cool accent, but he's certainly not Bodhi. Favorite weapon? I wouldn't say that I have a favorite weapon, but I have a lot of weapons that I really like. So I'll just go down the weapon tier list and just say my favorites in each one. When it comes to assault rifles, I like the Tempest and AK-5. They just feel really great to use. When it comes to DMRs, I love the AMR and the QnA For. They're just so powerful. I love everything with DMRs. Some people hate them, I love them. When it comes to shotguns, I love the Predator. It's just so good, all of it. The reloading, the reload canceling, the sound it makes, the strength it has. It's just such a good weapon. For LMGs, the KSP and the KSP only. I'm not really a fan of any of the other LMGs, if I have to be honest. For sniper rifles, I would say the Desert Fox and Repeater. I'm not great with sniper rifles in general, because of that whole aiming thing, but if I were to pick, I would pick those. Kimbo pistols. I'm not really that much of a fan of pistols in general, but if I had to pick, I would say the Strick 18Cs. Kimbo SMGs, easily the Krinkovs. They're just so much fun to use. You could just spray and kill everything. Kimbo shotguns. As cheap as they are, the Goliaths are such a fun weapon. You just get to turn off your brain and kill everything. I don't know, I love them. For specials, I would say the GL40 and the Airbow. GL40 is great, fits everywhere, and the Airbow, I've got the H3 pack, I'm gonna make use of it, But no, it's a fun weapon, I love it. So for secondaries, the pistol, easily the 5.7. It's just so usable, any situation, so much fun. I love the sound, I love the look, I love the feel, it's great. For SMGs, the Micro Uzi. Oh, I love the Micro Uzi so much. Just like the 5.7, it's adaptable, it goes in every single build. For specials, Commando, Arbiter, and China Puff. What can I say? Explosive user, nothing impressive. For shotguns, I would say the Loco, GSPS, and Judge. Pretty standard, but I enjoy them. Почему ты русский? Ну, не знаю, я вообще-то не планировал так рожаться. Я вообще не планировал никак рожаться. Просто получилось. Worst Payday 2 YouTube channel. There's a lot of Payday channels that I don't really like for one reason or another, but if you're gonna say worst, then really just two come to mind. The first one being Cloud Dasher. I just don't like the content. It's extremely lazy. Just going into a game and then just, wow, oh my god, it's Cloud Dasher. Okay, there's your video for the day. It's just so lazy to me. I don't, just upload good content. I don't know, it's not that hard. You can put more than 10 minutes of work into your videos. It's nothing personal, obviously, I don't know him. I just think when it comes to bad content that's Payday related, he's definitely up there. The second being King Z. He's a much smaller YouTuber than Cloud Dasher, of course, so maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't, but my biggest gripe with him is his Noobs Play DSOD series, in which he basically just bait and switches new players into playing Death Sentence. It's harmful to the community because, you know, you have new players, they don't really know what they're doing. They think they're joining something easy, then they get switched into something they can't handle, they're not having a good time. It's just bad all around. They get a bad impression of the community, they think everyone is a dick, they think public games are terrible, and worse on top of that, King Z isn't even nearly good enough to carry them, so it ends up with them just failing for no reason. With that said, don't go and attack these people, obviously. If you have your own stuff against them, then you can tell them, but don't go and attack them just because I don't like them. Setup reveal when? There you go. This is close enough. Honestly, just add a mouse and that's kind of what it looks like. Kingpin Frenzy ICTV without injector when? What perk deck did you main when Kingpin didn't exist? Back before I mained Kingpin, I actually mained Anarchist because it was easy, and I couldn't really do anything else. But I wouldn't say I really mained it, I guess. What perk decks do I hate? Well, obviously you've got the Rogue, but I don't really hate the perk deck as much as I hate the players. People tend to look at Rogue as like a easy win, best deck in the game, do nothing, make epic wins, epic trick shot 360, 69, 420, and then they end up dying 85 times while thinking they have the best build in the game. I don't really have anything against the perk deck in itself. But the second perk deck that I hate is Biker. It's just, I don't get it, man. What's the point? Your teammates can ruin your armor gating, or they can make your armor gating amazing. It's so random. I can't stand it. Another big comment here, so let's start from the top. Why am I a vegetable, and how do I talk/play without hands or legs? Well, who says I don't? I have legs, I have arms. I just happen to be a carrot that can talk with arms and legs. Why is Kingpin my favorite perk deck? I don't know, I just find it fun to play. Am I planning on becoming a Payday 3 YouTuber in the future? I would hope so, if I'm still around by the time Payday 3 happens. Russian stream when? Well, you see, the issue is that I live here, and then Russia is here. So the time difference is messy, and for that to happen, I would need to get up either in the middle of the night or super early in the morning, and I'm still a student, so I do need to get my sleep and whatever. But if I were to do it, it would have to be on a holiday. I don't really have any plans on doing it anytime soon, to be honest. Will I stream The Binding of Isaac / Rainbow Six? Well, I did stream Binding of Isaac, but not at the time of this comment, of course. As for Rainbow Six, I think I'm too terrible at it to even bother streaming, so not really gonna do that one. Why are you retarded? I don't know. Are you? Why haven't I left Payday 2 yet? I have no idea. It's just a fun game to play. And a lot of people that I play with still play it. Why is Sicario so fun to play? I don't know. For the same reason Kingpin is fun to play, I guess. Will I ever stop being a pretender? No. I don't have any idea for a 10th question, but I don't want to stop at 9, so I'll ask, why don't I want to stop at the 9th question? Well, because you don't have an idea for the 10th, but you don't want to stop at 9, so you're asking why you don't want to stop at the 9th one. Those are all the questions I had, so if I missed yours, I'm sorry. I can answer it in the comments if you would like. And again, thank you everyone for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching as always.